And we're back. Episode what, 4? Yeah, episode
Yep,
4
four.
of the Low Tier Critics podcast. Again, I'm
AKA Reverse Oreo Gang.
Reverse Oreo Gang back at it again.
Oh yeah.
uh, so yeah, to jump right into it. Again, DeeJ, your host, joined by Harrison and Bakari.
Hello.
Again,
Everybody.
I'm so thrilled because I just saw the best movie of the year.
Tell me all about it.
Um, so basically, um, I went out and saw the masterpiece, which is Last Christmas, starring Daenerys Targaryen and a crazy rich Asian. um, yeah, as I said, best movie of the year, right? So basically, this movie was a rom-com. I didn't laugh once. It's not even like laughably bad. It's just probably one of the most boring movies I've seen this year. Like at least during Rambo Last Blood, I at least laughed on how bad it was. This movie I didn't even laugh on how bad it was.
Okay, so I only saw a trailer like once for this. Like, what
Same. I
was
only
the
seen
actual
one.
plot of this?
Okay. So basically Emilia Clarke plays a woman who basically hates her parents. She's living in London. She works at a Christmas shop. She's basically homeless and she basically hates the world. Like she just drinks a lot, she has sex with random dudes. She's very rude to everyone. She just basically hates the world. And she basically meets a guy who basically he's nice. He's a good person. He volunteers at homeless shelters.
Does the movie just like keep on like overstating that he's nice like every single chance it gets?
Yes, she's eating a chicken sandwich and he goes, "You know that's unhealthy. You could eat like kale or something."
Oh
And I'm just
wow.
like, "Oh my god, are we really doing this right now?"
Kale.
Um
Doesn't taste like anything.
so the acting between Emilia Clarke and I don't even know the guy's name, Henry
Uh,
Golding, I think. That's what I'm reading
Henry
on the
Gold.
poster.
Yeah.
They weren't bad. The rest of the acting was kind of bad. Uh
Did they at least have chemistry in the movie?
no.
Oh.
Not really.
Honestly,
Um
that movie don't even sound interesting, bruh.
is it the worst thing I've seen this
That's
year?
definitely
No.
that's
It's
definitely a B.
it's not the worst thing I've seen this year. It's definitely a movie that like if you hate ramen and think it's boring, you'll enjoy this movie. Like it's one of those movies. It's a I'm not eating fucking sushi kind of movie.
Oh my
Um
My
wow.
baby.
yeah. I got to look at Emilia Clarke for 2 hours, which I guess was the redeeming factor of this movie. But
There you
I
go.
mean, I guess.
I guess so. If it was Sophie Turner, it would have been better. But we're not gonna talk about that. But yeah, one of the things in this movie, I'm just gonna spoil stuff because it doesn't fucking matter. If you really want to go see this movie, you've probably already seen it. It's been out for over a week. I was just bored and felt like going to see it. Um, Basically, there's this twist in the movie where basically throughout the movie she says it like twice that Emilia Clarke's character has had a heart transplant. That she almost died and she had a heart transplant. It says it like once in the movie, but it's basically a thing of she's telling the guy that she had a heart transplant and usually people freak out. This is in the trailer. But he's not going to
Yeah.
freak out and he's like I'm not freaking out and it's supposed to be like a oh, that's cute part. But they have no chemistry, so it really doesn't work.
Wow.
um
My stomach
anyways,
hurt.
it's this gag this entire movie that like this guy he's making her a better person. Like she starts volunteering at this homeless shelter, she starts being nice to her parents, her sister, her friends, etc., etc. And it's just gagged the entire movie that like she can't find him, that he doesn't have a cell phone. Like basically he never wants to like romanticize with her, like have sex, make out or anything. Very it's just that he's not there. And she basically ends up break down because she's really wanting to be with him and he's like, "Oh, you're too obsessed with me," and blah blah blah. Basically the twist where I literally almost started laughing in the movie because I was like, they're really taking this route, is basically the reason for this is he's dead. He's not alive.
I
Like
freaking knew it.
he,
I
he
knew it.
I fucking
basically
knew it as you're describing.
basically he's dead. Um she got a heart transplant and basically it's his heart.
I fucking
Like he died, like basically he takes her to
Oh.
his apartment and it's super clean, like not a speck of dust. And then like an hour later, she's going to look for him. She goes to his apartment and there's this person there, and he's like, "Oh, hi, are you Mrs. Winslow?" And she's like, "Oh, no, no, I'm not. I'm looking for Tom." And he's like, "There's no one lives here named Tom." And she's like, "Oh, that's weird." And he's like, "Yeah, no one's lived in this apartment for like a year." And she's like, "What?" And he's like, "Yeah, the last person that lived here named Mr. Winslow or Mr. I don't even remember his last name. Mr. Golding, because that's his actor's name, died a year and a half ago in a car accident. Had to give his heart to another woman that was in need of surgery." Gasp! Oh my god. I literally went, is this really where they're fucking going with this? And basically, it has all the flashbacks of them together, and then it, like, shows, like, kind of how in Joker, where, like,
I was about to bring
yeah,
that up. It
yeah,
sounds
kind
like
of,
that same
yeah,
Joker.
yeah, kind of like where it shows
Yeah.
them together, but then her disappearing. So you just see little scenes of like when they were together, but now it's Emilia Clarke by herself, like dancing, like ice skating in a place by herself. Basically, she can see this guy because he's in her heart.
My.
Yeah, that
So, did they give any kind of like logical explanation as to why she can do that, or she's just
uh
fucking crazy? Like,
she just
Oh, bruh.
she just
It's get
needed
out, but it's the
she
heart.
she just needed something to make her show that she is a good person.
That
that's
is
not being a good
like,
person. That's schizophrenia. Like,
Yeah.
what the heck?
yeah.
Yeah, but that's Last Christmas for you.
Psych.
The movie was an hour and 45 minutes and it felt like 3 hours. It was one of those. I'm so glad I bought a mixed drink before the movie because at least I was kind of drunk and I was looking at my phone half the time because I was in the very back. I chose one of the very back spots because one, I was gonna be that weird guy watching a rom com by himself, and two, I was in the very back. Like I was gonna sit. I knew I was gonna sit on my phone because I just had this feeling that like this movie's gonna suck. Um, I mean, like I said, the only reason I saw it is because since I'm a Game of Thrones nerd, I like to support actors and actresses that was in the show. So I was like, I'll go see this movie. But again, like Emilia Clarke kind of sold her character. It's just the acting wasn't bad from her part or Henry Golding's part. It's just the script was just very bad. Um, Overall, I give this movie, I guess, a 4. a high
4 out of 10.
a high 4, a low 5 at most, maybe. Um,
Alright.
yeah, I really don't want to talk about this movie anymore.
Hey,
But let's move
topic.
on to a good movie that we saw last week, Doctor Sleep, which I enjoyed.
I
Yeah.
enjoyed it too.
You guys can talk about it since I just monologued for 7 minutes about The Last Christmas. You can tell me your initial thoughts.
Yeah, so going to this movie, I just came with like very kind of not low expectations, but realistic expectations, because I felt like a lot of people want this movie to be like the sus- spiritual successor. Can't talk today to The Shining, and just know when it comes to this movie, it's not The Shining. No, you can't just make a movie and say it's gonna be The Shining. So I don't know why everybody's talking about that, but But by itself, I think this is a really good, solid movie and one of the better King adaptations.
Yeah.
I think anything to that, Kari?
I think honestly, I'm with you on it. It's definitely not The Shining, but there I didn't really have an issue with it if I'm being honest. Like when what was an issue, I guess the actors from the old movie. You know, you got the shit. You gave me her name, the lady that's ugly and cute at the same time.
Shelley Duvall. Yeah,
Yeah,
without really spoiling anything in the movie, they do bring back a couple of characters from the original
yeah,
Shining that are supposed to look like the original actors,
yeah, and
and it kind of works.
yeah, it
Yeah,
kind of worked.
it was
It kind of
okay.
worked, but little young boy Doc Danny didn't really look like him at all
Yeah,
to me at least.
Yeah.
eh.
But other than that, I definitely did enjoy this movie. I definitely enjoyed the interracial couple in it, honestly, because it's kind of like I guess it's a stereotypical interracial couple, but at the same time, they were like super like open to their daughter, you know, having powers. They weren't just like, "Oh, you're not
The
my daughter."
daughter was the best part of the movie, in my opinion.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
she
it's
she
a
was great,
child. It's a
Yeah,
child performance that actually is like really fucking
and
good.
she's a
And she's
weeb, so yeah.
oh
hell yeah. Think think of it like you got this little girl that's think of her like what's the freaking the girl Padawans? I can't remember what they're called, but think of that. Think of like Ray, who could be swayed at any moment. This little girl was fucking raw.
Oh yeah.
She was raw. She was bullying people in this movie, bro. Like
Mhm.
I definitely liked her because people like to give kids these roles where the adults are gonna protect them. Not in this
Nah,
one.
she is a little badass.
yeah.
He was doing the protecting in this
Uh,
one. She was like, "No, I'm not going
one
nowhere."
thing I definitely liked in this movie was actually how flushed out the villains were. Like they were
Yeah,
actually
Yes.
pretty good villains. Like Rose the Hat was really
I like
dope.
seeing I like seeing them. The Crow was my favorite character because the
Mm.
Crow is my favorite bird of all time. But this man, he was like, I will fucking kill you. I would literally, I will snort you right now. I
Well, the
will
thing is,
snort
ba- things about it, they all feel like very. They do all feel like dangerous.
you. Yeah,
Like what they do to other people, like they're hunting people to have The Shining. It is generally fucked up what they do.
Oh
Like
yeah.
the
yeah. It's
scene with
fucked up, but
Jacob
I
Tremblay
thought,
that is generally one of the most disturbing things I've seen this year,
Mhm.
and you really
hell
don't see
yeah.
that much, but just how much it's implied makes it that much more effective.
Even cause like you know how they like their group is so like interwed.
Yeah,
When they were feeling compassion for that one character, and they just like 5 seconds later just
yeah,
snort
yeah,
this man. And but it was cool though because she's like you think of this old guy, and she's like you've seen kingdoms fall, you brought kingdoms down, brought kingdoms up, you've been a king many times, and then his life was just over.
yeah.
That I was just like wow. Then it just goes to straight being fucked up again. Like, oh, your family member just died. Let's snort this man up.
Yeah.
Uh,
I,
yeah, movie was good.
yeah.
I definitely
I
watch it
mean,
again.
like there's not much I can really pick apart that I disliked, really. I
I
mean,
can kind of tell why I dislike that movie. And it's kind of my only thing. No, not the only thing, but my like
I
major
didn't.
thing about the movie
yeah.
Without getting
is
into spoilers, y'all know who I didn't like.
oh yeah,
I
yeah,
didn't. I
but
didn't. Yeah, I don't think nobody gonna like him.
yeah, and really the last 30 minutes of this movie, without giving too much away, it does take place at the Overlook, and part of me being such a big film nerd, it is genuinely cool to see like the sets of the original recreated to such a painstaking detail. But on the other hand, it just kind of is almost pointless homage. But I will say I'd rather have them like just like build up to like all this fan service until the very end instead
I
of
think
like
it was
just
good fan service. I didn't mind it.
yeah
I mean, the last boss of the movie wasn't like. I mean, the fight was over with a little too quick for me. So
yeah
it was
Yeah.
just like this villain is not really doing too much in this movie.
I mean, I can't like pick apart what I hate about this movie. Just like, no, it's not as good as The Shining. So,
Yeah,
like, but it's a good sequel. I would say it's a really good sequel to The Shining.
yeah.
Overall, I think I
Well,
gave this movie an 8.
Yeah, I think gave it an 8 too.
it's an 8 for me too.
I mean, like, it's long too, but it's not like It Chapter 2 where I was bored. Like, I was never really bored watching it.
Well, that's
Nah,
actually the thing about that. This film actually reminded me like for like the first 40 minutes of like The Shawshank Redemption, or kind of more like Stephen King's more like drama works. There's
Hmm.
some really good kind of character stuff with
Oh yeah, I agree.
Danny at the beginning and his friend, and yeah.
I
But
agree.
yeah, 8 out of 10.
8 out of 10. Now, a movie that we saw yesterday, Jojo Rabbit, which again, we're gonna have two differing views for once,
Yep.
because I know me and Harrison enjoyed this movie. I know Bakari did not though. Um, I thought this movie was actually really good. It's probably one of my favorites of the year. I will say it will definitely probably make my top 10 at least.
Oh, yeah, it'll probably make my like bottom half or like honorable mentions. But yeah, I absolutely love this film.
I thought it was
Uh,
great.
Kari, why don't you talk a little bit about what you didn't like?
okay. So based off what we were talking about yesterday, I was trying to really like the movie after the movie was over with. But when I woke up this morning, I was just like, wow, I really did not like this movie as much as I thought I was gonna like it. And I think it's because even before watching the movie, I was like, I don't know how I feel about this. It's like I get it's supposed to be funny, but it's also like there's so many movies that kind of like glorifies Hitler in a way, like Inglorious Bastards. Like, of course, almost every movie this man has been portrayed in, he dies, which
Oh yeah,
you
he's a
know,
clown in Glorious
yeah,
Bastards.
That's
yeah.
Yeah.
true.
You can watch somebody die so many times, like over the last 2 decades, but it was like I don't know. I think it was just over the top at times when I'm just like, okay, I'm liking this storyline, and then it gets over the top, and I'm just like, well, that storyline just ended. I don't know how to think about that no more. I thought I was gonna hate these two characters for the rest of the movie, but you don't even see them again. I'm just like, oh, they didn't really play a point in the movie. I guess I was looking in it too far, but I just really didn't enjoy it. I like the little kid. The little kid was definitely fun to watch, and then his
I think
best friend.
I think he should be
I,
not for the Oscar. I
yeah,
don't have
that
it
that
pulled
little
up
boy.
here, but he is goddamn
Oh
fantastic.
yeah,
Yeah,
the kid was great.
yeah. I liked him. I did like him. I did like the Jewish girl. Um, and then I did like Yorkie because he just
York is fucking funny.
fucking reminds me of like some kid that I used to know back in the day, and it's just funny because I'm just like, wow, he just like, oh, I miss you, and then their freaking their conversation that they had, like the one that you see in the trailer, he was like, you're a soldier, yep, but you're 11. I know it doesn't make any sense to me either. Like that's just funny to me because you see all this stuff happening, and it's like shit that you can't get out of, but this little kid is still here. That man's a fucking tank, but you know, it's 50-50 for me. I don't want to give it a 5 or nothing. Like I definitely would give it like a 7 or a 6 because
Fair
it's
enough.
not a trash movie. It's not a trash movie. It's not for me. I think the last black comedy movie I liked was Sorry to Bother You, and I enjoy Lakeith Stanfield. Uh,
You like the art of self defense, didn't you? I kind of consider
yeah,
that a
yeah.
black
See,
comedy.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
That movie was great.
yeah. Uh,
I guess it was just this movie. I can't really even
I
admit.
mean, as you guys know, I have a soft spot for dark comedies. Uh, I loved The Art of Self Defense. It's still one of my favorites this year. I love
Yeah,
Sorry to Bother You. Love The Favorite from last year. I genuinely just like the genre because I think it's very hard to pull off. Uh, I will admit this movie is definitely not for everyone.
Yeah.
I would not like there's people that like film buffs like us that I'd be like, yes, definitely go see this movie, but like someone that just I don't know watches Transformers movies or just the Marvel movies, I'd be like, maybe you can skip this one. I don't know.
right,
Um,
right.
to me,
Because
I
let's be honest, everybody. I'm not a art critic like these guys. Like
Mm,
I just got into this. They've been doing this for years, so
fair
it's
Yeah,
enough.
just
I've
different. It's different.
I wouldn't
I've
say
been
for
watching movies for
years.
years. Yeah,
Yeah.
like
I mean, I worked at a movie theater, man. Like, I watched everything that came out, so I can kind of
Exactly.
decipher a good movie to a cash grab. So,
yeah.
Whereas I would pay for movies that I knew was gonna be good, and
yeah.
that's it. I wouldn't take chances.
But yeah, I thought this movie was great. I thought it was hilarious. I thought it was sad at some moments. The callback, which I'm not gonna spoil anything, but the callback that involves shoes, I thought was heartbreaking,
Movie
almost.
I, movie does have a lot of good callbacks in general, though, especially at
Mm-hmm.
the end, which I really liked.
Uh,
You know, one thing I did really enjoy,
what?
the Hitler speech.
I
I
mean,
enjoyed that.
I thought the way Taika Waititi wrote Hitler in this is like he wrote him as like a 10-year-old boy is idolizing Hitler. How he
Yeah,
thinks
yeah,
Hitler will act. Like his
Yeah,
friend, his buddy. Like it seemed very real. It's like when we're little and we're imagining we're best friends with Peter Parker, how Peter Parker talks to us, like or whoever your like childhood hero was. Like how you expect them to be towards you
yeah,
how,
almost.
yeah.
how and how it would be if they stopped being your friend at the same
Um
time.
one also biased maybe a little bit, but one of my favorite parts of this movie, he didn't have very many lines, but I thought Alfie Allen was hilarious. I thought him and Sam Rockwell was a good comedy, like comedic relief every
Sam
scene they
Rockwell
were
almost
in.
steals the movie a couple
Oh
times.
yeah,
So
Sam
He
Rockwell
does.
was awesome. I like ScarJo in this too. I thought her performance was good.
yeah. I pretty much have. I liked everything that you just said, but I kind of only complaint with this movie is kind of what Kari's complaining about, but to a lower extent. This movie does have tonal whiplash a little bit. I don't think it's as bad as people are saying it is,
Yeah.
but yeah, there's stuff like they have a gag where like there's like clones in the movie all of a sudden, and they just like cut to it and then cut back. You know, it's never mentioned again. It's
And
supposed to be
then
just
it's
a
gone.
random gag.
Never.
Yeah.
But then the movie will get serious just like a couple minutes later, and it did annoy me a little bit, but I've seen it done worse
Oh
in
yeah,
a
for
lot
sure.
more movies. And yeah, yeah, that's pretty much the only complaint about the movie.
I'm
But yeah,
that's
I
go ahead.
8 out of 10 for me.
8 out of 10 to me.
Yeah,
Like you get like I said, I have a very soft spot for dark comedies. To me, this is a very high eight, like an 8 to like a 9.2. So I gave it a 9 on IMDb just because I really enjoyed it. It's definitely a Blu-ray cop for me personally. I would if anyone wanted to ever watch this movie, I would totally be down to see it again.
yeah.
Uh,
More, I'm kind of impressed with the just Taika Waititi in general of directing a Hollywood blockbuster and then making a fucking Nazi comedy as your next movie.
oh yeah,
But yeah,
and like I said, some people wouldn't like this movie. If you're a conservative, don't go see this movie.
yeah.
If you're a conservative
Please
Republican,
don't.
I wouldn't go see this movie if I were you.
If you also like seeing kids in danger, I want to go see this movie either.
Yeah,
But
yeah. But yeah, I guess moving on, we can talk about the first episode of Star Wars, The Mandalorian, that came out.
did you watch the second episode yet?
I didn't. Didn't it just come out today?
I didn't either.
Yeah, it
It
just
came
came
out
out
Do you want to
today.
watch it after we're done with this, Harrison?
Oh yeah, yeah, we'll do that.
Lit. Uh, I'll start since full circle. I thought the first episode was good. I'm not a huge Star Wars fan. I grew up watching a little bit of the first original films, but I think I've only seen them once or twice. My dad was a pretty good Star Wars fan, so he showed them to me. Um, this first episode felt more like Star Wars than I would say the last few Star Wars movies that have been in theaters.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah,
I feel like this is more of a Star Wars movie than just like a Hollywood or Star Wars theme than more just a Hollywood blockbuster with Star Wars characters in it.
yeah.
Um,
I'm not to cut you off, but this kind of feels like what I was hoping these spin-off movies were
yeah,
gonna be.
yeah. Um, But the first episode, I thought it was a really good pilot. I think my only complaint is that like I don't really feel anything for the character yet. Like,
Yeah.
but the world it sucked me in. Uh, the CGI and the special effects and the makeup is on point. It's like blockbuster movie point
You can still, I mean, it's not great CGI, but for like streaming, oh yeah, it's amazing. And the
for a
mate,
streaming. Yeah.
yeah, and there's this character that the main character meets like kind of later in the episode that's just a complete puppet, and he looks fucking amazing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, yeah, that I thought that was amazing. I because it was like I was because I'm a big Star Wars nerd. I'm not on the level of some of the people that literally got Star Wars tattoos, but I've seen every movie and I've almost enjoyed every last one of them.
Even
But
the Phantom
the
Menace.
fact, bruh, almost all of them,
Okay, just finish your finish your statement. I'm
almost all of
sorry.
them.
I had to
But
put that in there.
anyways, before I have a fucking laughing fit and blow somebody's brain out, the race as the puppet, as everybody's gonna know who the fuck it is next episode or whatever. But they're so rare, and they're so like every last one of them has been strong with the force, and they're trying to make sure that this thing's taken care of before you get another character of the goat.
Yeah, they're actually saying that might tie into Rise of Skywalker in some sort of big way, but
I
yeah,
wonder how they would do that though, honestly.
yeah.
Because I almost thought that what was it, Mozo? What's the super old alien with the goggles? Somebody tried to throw on somebody tried to throw on Twitter talking about they was the same race. I said, yeah, don't ever talk to me ever again. She's
But
blind.
yeah, as for me, I've loved Star Wars my whole life, and now that I'm adult, it's okay.
Oh, one
Some
last
things they
thing.
put out new are good, but some things are not. What are you about to say, Carl?
Oberon is the Mandalorian.
Yeah, Pedro
So
Pascal.
he
He's fucking
said
phenomenal too.
he
Oh yeah.
said in the interview he said the Mandalorian's name. So that cuts a lot of stuff and then nips a lot of stuff in the bud. But he made him watch a bunch of the old The Man with No Name movie. So this definitely is a Western show.
Oh yeah, no,
Mm-hmm.
this show's
For
complete
sure.
Western.
For
Yeah,
sure.
And
It's a bounty
he
hunter.
told
You kind of have to.
yeah.
he
Especially if you
said
look at the opening
go
scene too.
yeah, he said go watch every last Clint Eastwood movie that had to do with the man with no name in preparation for this. I was like, that's so freaking cool. That's how I know this shit gonna be fire. Shouts out to Disney. Shout to, you know what? I appreciate you. I love you.
But yeah, I think first episode really good pilot. I want to know more about the character so I can kind of feel something for him, I guess, and be interested in him himself. But
Yeah,
I give the first episode like an 8. I thought it was fun. I didn't have any problems with it.
Yeah,
I give it a
I give it
7,
about
10,
an eight.
8.
I give it
Yeah,
about an eight.
7 or 8. Yeah.
Do y'all care that the show isn't gonna be like hour 45 minute long episodes? They're probably gonna
Nah,
be
No,
longer.
no, I
I'm
don't care.
good.
Yeah, they're all
I
gonna
don't
be like
care.
25, 30 something minutes.
I'm over streaming shows trying to buy time because they have way
Yeah.
too many episodes, and each episode's
Mhm.
an hour long.
I agree.
I'm completely okay with that.
But I guess this is a good segue to talk into our next topic, which is just Disney Plus in general. Uh, how are we? Like, 10 million people bought it in one day.
One day.
One
Yep.
day.
And
Uh,
I think that included the bundle with Hulu and ESPN.
yeah. I don't know. Could be. Um, yeah. Disney Plus. I personally am probably not gonna buy it. I'm just gonna bum it off Harrison.
Yeah,
But
my Verizon's like, hey, if you got this plan, you can get it for free for a year. So I may sign up with it tomorrow.
Yeah.
um.
I'm not thrilled about giving Disney more money,
Oh yeah, for
but
sure.
hey, I'm a fucking hypocrite, so it's whatever. But for just starting out, I've looked at most of the catalog there. It's pretty solid
I think if you
for
grew up
launch.
liking Disney and you're a Disney nerd, you're gonna love it.
Oh
Personally,
yeah.
I'm not a Disney nerd. I did not grow
I
up
see.
with Disney that much,
I
but
I grew up with Disney because I remember waking up every morning watching the Amazing Spider-Man and shit before school. I've been watching almost all the X-Men shows, all the Spider-Man shows, of course. So like all the Marvel shows and things of that nature, like I definitely enjoyed. And then growing up with Disney original movies. Not saying I'm a fucking fan of High School Musical, but I have watched all of
well,
them.
yeah, I've seen all the High School Musicals.
Except
But
for
yeah,
me.
Yeah,
they
Harrison hasn't had a childhood. Harrison hasn't even seen
Yeah.
most of the Disney originals, like Beauty and the Beast and the original movies. He hasn't even seen them.
Harrison, Harrison, are
Probably
you
why I'm
okay?
depressed.
Are you okay?
No, no, not in general. But But yeah, but even being like not a huge, I didn't have a huge upbringing with Disney. There's still a lot for me to watch. Like last
Yeah,
night, I
yeah.
watched Alice in Wonderland and a few episodes of Gravity Falls. Kind of enjoying it. I will say, I know that there's like fuck tons of people on their servers right now, but it is kind of abysmal how slow the at least the PlayStation app is. I haven't used it on anywhere else. I don't know about y'all, but
I
No.
used it on the phone and it lagged just logging in.
Mm.
yeah, yeah.
Um,
I mean, it'll get better though.
just
So
just for me, like I don't see myself itching to watch anything besides the Mandalorian. Maybe when some of these Marvel shows start coming out, maybe. But like I didn't I was mostly a Nick kid growing up, and the superhero cartoons I watched was the Batman cartoon. So I didn't really grow up with just Disney stuff. I may watch a few episodes of Sweet Life of Zack and Cody here and there, just for some nostalgia. But hello,
hello,
hello, do you,
Kari? Yeah, I
Car?
can hear you.
Okay, you can hear me. I guess Car is dead or something.
Yeah, I got
Um,
a little bit.
okay,
There he is.
but yeah, I may watch a few episodes of Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. Maybe a Marvel movie here and there, but I'm not itching to watch stuff on there. If you
Yeah.
feel me.
What do you think like would take you for like to get it? It's like
I just like I said when we were talking about Jojo Rabbit, I enjoy like dark humor, which is something you're not gonna find in a Disney
yeah, they
movie.
already said they're not going to do RA content,
Yeah, and I
so
love
yeah.
R-rated content. Like like
I'm a grown up. I deserve it.
yeah.
Oh yeah, also I'm kind of pissed that Daredevil's not going to get a new season now because of it.
Mhm.
Wow, really?
Yep.
Yep.
Ain't that's a specific reason they said they were doing this?
That was a couple of years ago, but now
Type
Disney's putting all the money directly in their pocket now.
Like I hope Disney makes the decision to like having a how HBO has a night mode. Like they can have like a parent mode on here or a adult mode where like if you have kids, you can set up where you have to type in a password, but like if you're over the age of 18, you can just switch it whenever you want. You can
Right.
just
Yeah,
watch whatever. That's what I hope they do in the future because I think to compete with Netflix and Hulu and HBO, that's what they're going to have to do. I think nostalgia will wear off for people eventually, personally. Because, I mean,
yeah,
Yeah.
you know, I think people will be like, oh, I'm going to go watch Hannah Montana because I grew up with it. You're going to watch a few episodes, but you're not going to sit down and watch all 7, 8 seasons of Hannah Montana. Like,
Right. Yeah,
like,
because I
like, I,
definitely, I like, I definitely, I relate to this. No, the fuck you don't.
no, you
You're
don't.
not a high school white girl.
You don't like
You're a
slapstick
grown black
humor,
man.
like teenage slapstick humor, like my best friend can't learn about my double life because I'm a pop star. Like that, it's
Man, that's not
like
hitting no
it
more.
just doesn't hit. Yeah, exactly. I mean, the only adult thing on there, I guess you'd say, is The Simpsons, right?
yeah,
Right.
And
Yeah.
yeah. That
I
probably
30
is
some
the
seasons of
raunchiest thing
that.
to have on there. Yeah, but yeah. I mean, the thing is, I mean, if you look at like how much money Joker's made and like a whole bunch of other like
billion
R-rated
dollars.
movies and TV shows that have come out that are like heavily adult oriented, like there is a demand for it. So
Mm-hmm.
like,
That's true.
Yep.
I
If they
mean,
look, man, if they put it behind a paywall, I guarantee people would still buy that shit.
oh yeah,
Mm-hmm. I guess to segue into something else though, I know something we were itching to talk about is the new Sonic trailer with the new design, which
Mm.
yeah,
which which personally I think it looks a lot better.
Oh yeah, like you
It
said, light years,
light years better.
literally light years. Yeah.
The picture I have up on screen is the before and after. So you
Yeah, that before picture looks so bad now. I
the
didn't even
teeth.
know it looked
The
Oh,
bad.
it looks even
teeth.
worse now. Yeah.
Oh
That
yeah.
thing was so terrible back then. I'm like, it looked bad, but bro, it looks so much
It
worse.
does. Now that I'm looking at it right now, the teeth, it literally looks like a dude in a fursuit. That's literally what it
Literally.
looks like.
It it looks like one of those weird like concept drawings that you see from movies that you look at like,
Yeah.
what the fuck were they thinking? Thank God they didn't go with that. But
Mhm.
they actually spent money on that god awful original design, and then had to get all those fucking animators to work overtime to fix it.
Right.
Yeah,
So they said, y'all better throw all y'all money at it for making them do overtime going into slavery.
for
Yep.
sure.
And actually, the guy who made Sonic Mania was actually consulted to help redesign them.
Hmm.
And you can kind of tell because the design they use is kind of more like a classic design. It's not like the early 2000s edgy Sonic. It's much
Yeah.
more
Right.
like classic and cute.
Yeah.
You son of a bitch.
But besides from the design, what do we think of the trailer? I actually
I
didn't. I thought
thought
it looked pretty decent.
It,
I thought it was a better second version for
Yeah.
sure.
yeah. I'm still not. It still looks like a kids movie,
Oh yeah, for
to
sure.
be
It's
honest.
Sonic.
But
It's got to be a
yeah,
kids movie.
The
but
only thing I seen was when Sonic had like 50 lasers on him and he frowned at the camera. I'm like, that's probably like a 5 second scene.
oh yeah. But yeah, like Jim Carrey, I didn't find as annoying as he was in the first trailer,
Oh yeah.
but I'm still not 100%
I'm
sold
not
on him.
sold yet.
I like the like actual costume they gave him though that you see at the end of the first trailer. I do like that, but
Hmm.
The original red costume with the trench
yeah,
coat. Yeah,
yeah,
this
but
black guy.
yeah,
I'm like, this is too doing too much with this. We get it. He's evil.
yeah,
My main
but
question. Go ahead. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
My main question is: do we think this movie's gonna make money, or do you think it'll be a flop? That's
Honestly,
what I want to think. That's what I'm thinking.
I think with
it
all
might.
controversy, I can make a little bit extra money, but I still don't think
I
it's gonna be
think it will break even or make slight profit, but
yeah,
if it doesn't do that, it'll flop. I don't think
yeah.
it's gonna. I don't think it's gonna make a shit ton of money. Basically.
Right.
Um. Yeah. I I was watching listening to the H3 podcast, and they were talking about it, and they said what their prediction for what the Rotten Tomatoes score will be, and
How low was it?
they said with the original they were giving it like a 0 to 10, but now they're giving it anywhere from like a 25 to a 40 is what they think critics will say, which I agree. I don't think this movie's
Probably
gonna be
around
great.
40. Yeah.
I don't. I think if anything, this movie could be one of those movies that's not good, but it's fun to watch.
Yeah, kind of like
That
how the Pikachu was for me.
Hobbs and Shaw.
Hobbs and Shaw, yeah.
Hmm. Not a good movie, but enjoyment, a little nostalgia. That's about
Yeah.
it.
One thing that I hope they spend more time on is like Sonic's homeworld or whatever, because I absolutely hate it when like, you have a character that's from a really cool fantasy land, but then the entire movie takes place on Earth.
True.
First, first
Right.
Thor
But
does
they
that. I
they
fucking
did
hate it.
they did stay close to the source material when they created that one area. That looked
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Green Zone One,
It
bro.
like Green Hills Zone 1. So I hope they do more of that and less like on rural small town Earth. But yeah.
But I guess moving on to the next topic, since we're talking about something that's kind of video game related, I don't really have any input on this next topic. But what are you guys thinking about Kojima's new game, Death Stranding, so far?
You can go, Harry.
Oh boy. So yeah, Death Stranding. I've been looking forward to this game ever since I saw the teaser trailer back in like fucking 2014, and it's finally here, and I love it. But I don't think you will, or
Me?
actually, well, yeah, you specifically. But yeah, I don't know who I can actually recommend this to.
Yeah, it's not like a Metal Gear Solid game, so it's
No.
not like, oh yeah, you'll like this. It's really not like the terminology and what happened to the world. and the tasks that you do are gonna turn people off so much. Like I know this is one of those games that's probably gonna take me a couple years to beat because there's so many other games that I've liked. Plus this one that's come out. This is
And it's supposed to be
definitely
100 hours too.
yeah. So this is definitely a what is it, like a quick play game? Like you play it for a little while, and then if you get interested more into a part, you'll play it longer. But me, I can't personally. I can't play this game for more than 3 hours, but I can watch somebody play this shit for 9 hours. That's what it feels
Yeah,
like to
yeah. Actually, I've been watching more streams of this game than usually would, but yeah. But for you that don't know, everybody's talking about when the last Tokyo Game Show came out and Kojima actually showed gameplay of it, and people are confused that like, well, is the entire game just delivering? It pretty much is. I think every single mission I've done so far involves some sort of delivery. So yeah, that literally is the game. But I kind of like it.
yeah.
Because they make it to where like no second of gameplay is like just walking. Like you can just be walking and then just trip and all your shit falls off.
All your shit falls. I
So
seen
you look.
somebody and their entire cargo fell off of a bridge,
Oh fuck!
and it was
Jesus
like
Christ!
I'm talking about man had at least 20 side quests on his back, bro.
Oh Jesus!
I forgot to send that to you. That shit was sad.
Um, I will say I've watched some Twitch streams of this. I watched Jericho play it. Like you said, it looks cool. I just don't think it's my type of game. It's something I don't think I could get immersed into, personally.
Yeah,
Um, I'm glad you guys are enjoying it,
yeah.
but what would you
I really like the
go ahead?
multiplayer aspect of this.
Hmm. There's multiplayer?
Yeah,
Like you can play with other
it's like
people?
Well,
you
no, no,
kinda. It's like No Man's Sky,
Okay.
but better.
but it's actually good. Yeah.
Gotcha,
How it
gotcha.
works is that basically anything that you build in the world can be seen in other players' games.
Hmm.
So basically, the more long you go in the game, there's all these different players like slowly making the land easier to traverse with all the stuff you're building. So it's kind of like this cooperative experience, but you're not playing with other people, if that makes sense.
Okay. So far, since it's been out like what, a week now?
Yeah, week. And
What?
I'm about 10, 15 hours in.
Hmm. Okay.
What are you about to say?
I was just wondering what you, since it's only been out a week, what would you give it so far? Like an out of 10?
Probably a 7 or 8 out of 10. My main problem is the combat is really simple
Hmm.
and not that hard. Well, at least against the mule enemies, which are the human enemies.
Okay.
Uh, they don't take much to bring down. They can fuck you up, but it's not likely that they'll get you down.
Okay.
Uh, but the BTs are actually really fun to fight and sneak across.
And they're fucking scary too.
Oh yeah, they're scary as
The
shit.
first time you run into them, and you move too much, and all you see is black footsteps. Yeah, that shit's scary.
Oh yeah, your
Hmm.
controller starts freaking out too. Yeah,
Yes,
it's anxiety producing. But yeah, combat is kind of shallow, and the story, while I am intrigued, is very much a Kojima story. So there's lots
It's
of
weird.
big words, terminology that it'll take a few hours to like figure out what that is,
Okay.
and
yeah.
like there's characters named like Fragile and Die Hard Man,
Hmm.
and fuck, what's some of the others? Yeah,
Heartman,
Heartman,
and
um,
what's then you got
Dead Man.
what's the guy that what's Mads Mikkelsen's character's name? Crossman or something like that.
I don't know. I've only seen flashbacks of him in the game right now, and they're not explaining who he is yet. So
Hmm.
I've gotten spoiled a little bit, so Harry, when you get to this one part, you're literally gonna call the game bullshit.
Hmm.
I
yeah,
guarantee it's not.
but yeah, it's just and kind of my main problem is that like Norman Reedus is fine in the game, but he just feels like Norman Reedus. It basically feels like you're playing Daryl from The Walking Dead. It
You
never
mean it
actually
was
feels
like
like you're playing this character named Sam. So,
Hmm.
but yeah, I'm gonna try to complete it as soon as possible. But yeah, I'm enjoying it so far.
Well, that's good to hear.
You want to
Uh,
add anything, Kari?
shit, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? Look, if you want a game that's trying to make a new genre and mix genres together, try it. If you
Yeah.
want to wait to go and get it on sale, then wait and get it on sale, bruh. You don't gotta pay $60 for art.
Oh
Art got
yeah.
its own price, bruh.
Fair enough. All right. So I guess that's going to segue back to more of film side. I guess we can go over the rest of the movies coming out this month. I went ahead and put all the big ones that I think we're all definitely going to go watch.
Correct.
So we can just there's like 6 of them. So I mean, let's just do it in a quick. I guess you can say like not go. Let's not talk too far. Just say for
Yeah, yeah.
expectations, if we're excited for it, etc., etc. The first movie I have is oh shoot, wrong button. Um, is Frozen 2, which I'm not really excited to see, but I'll go see it.
I think I'm excited. I got little sisters. I saw the
I
first
didn't
one,
really like Frozen. I thought it was
but
okay. I thought it was
I can say
overhyped.
this: me and DJ both got PTSD from Kingdom Hearts
Mm.
3, so that kind of
Mm.
knocked a couple points off
Yeah.
the first
If I
one.
hear Olaf say, "Find my head" once in this movie, I'm walking out. So just letting you know.
Yeah,
Um
stressed me out. Stressed me out.
that
I
mission was
can,
garbage.
never mind. Never
Yeah.
mind, bruh.
Am I
Never
excited?
mind. Do you want to build an avalanche? I'm
Am I
about to
gonna
give you the
watch this
last for
movie?
snow.
Am I gonna watch this
God,
movie? Yes. Am I gonna think it's at least decent? Yeah, it'll probably be decent. Am I super excited to see it? No. Harrison, you?
I have not seen Frozen, so
Well,
I
you have
I
Disney
have
Plus, so you can watch Frozen before we go see
you
this
have
movie.
no excuse,
I'll watch Frozen.
Just
Frederick.
it's like an hour and a half. It's not a bad movie, Harrison. Just watch it.
Trust me,
Just drink
it's
a
not.
beer and watch Frozen one night. Okay,
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Kari, go. So you're excited to see it, Kari?
Yeah, I'm excited to see it.
Okay. Moving on. Wow, that picture's very small. I thought I did a big one, but oh well. A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood. I think it's going to be really good because it's an Oscar bait movie with Tom Hanks, the perfect casting ever. Yes, I'm excited to see it.
Basically what you said. Yeah, Tom Hanks, Mr. Rogers is, yeah, like you said, be best casting ever.
And there's no one
Um,
else you could get for him. There's no one
yeah,
Right,
else.
yeah,
literally, because
nobody
that
else.
trailer that we saw yesterday, I only heard Woody, and I was like, it made me feel good because I'm like, bro, Woody is gone, but we got Mr. Rogers back from the dead. Man,
But I'm just not huge into these kind of Oscar baity biopic movies, so I'll watch it and it'll probably be good, but I'm not super stoked about it. But
For sure, I agree. I mean, I'm excited to see it, but I'm not like I can't wait to go see A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood. I'm fucking pumped.
yeah,
my
I'm not
childhood.
itching to see it. Um, Next movie coming up. Wow, it's also another small picture. I don't know why. Is there a way I can fix this? Like, why is this so small?
I
Whatever,
don't know.
whatever. It's so small, but like you can still see what it is. A movie I really don't have any expectations for. I'm not really excited to see it, but I'll see it. 21 Bridges. Um, I, I
Yeah,
I think it's gonna be one of those movies that could be good, but I think it's gonna be overtaken by everything else coming out around Thanksgiving.
yeah,
that's
Um,
true. Thanksgiving got some bangers coming, bruh.
mm-hmm.
it really does. Yeah, main reason I'm excited about this is because it's Russo brothers, and
True,
I mean, say what you will about Marvel films, but they are legitimately like good filmmakers
for
outside of
sure,
that.
for
So,
sure.
but yeah, the trailer looks good enough, but it does just kind of look like one of these throwaway thrillers that comes out
True.
towards the fall or early spring. So, but
Yeah.
um, I like everybody's cast in it. Love Chadwick Boseman.
I
Um,
mean, I'll watch it, but I'm not really expecting much.
yeah.
Really.
Same here.
I mean, it could blow me out of the water. You never know. Like it is a Russo brothers film, like so it could be fantastic for all we know.
Oh yeah,
But just the trailers haven't got me like I really want to see that movie.
yeah.
Um, Speaking oh yeah, Car, you go ahead. Car, you say your opinion on it.
What on 21
Yeah,
Bridges?
21 Bridges.
Yeah.
What do you think?
The first trailer, when we watched it a couple months ago, I was like, you know what? I feel like this could be a real good movie. And then we kept seeing the trailer over and over again, and I was like, I wonder why Chadwick Boseman came to do this.
Well, because
I'll
Russo
watch it.
brothers.
I don't. Yeah, I don't have an
Yeah.
issue with it. I'm gonna watch it. I just don't want it to be trash because it's kind of like you couldn't. I don't know. I just think that trailer was just kind of like like all these trailers that have been coming out lately. It tells you the
Right.
whole movie already. But we'll see. We'll see. I like Chadwick Boseman, so we'll see what he got going.
Okay, so also speaking of Marvel characters starring in drama movies, thriller movies, on Thanksgiving. Again, another small picture. I don't understand why, but Dark Waters with Mark Ruffalo, the Hulk. Again, I think this movie could be really good, but I think it's going to be overshadowed by the other movies coming out on Thanksgiving. I kind of what I said for 21 Bridges is how I feel about this movie too, honestly, to
I
be
didn't
fair.
see the trailer for this yet, so I'm not sure what it's about.
It's the movie where the dude it's in the town and the water's being poisoned by like the government there and he's trying to stop it. You haven't seen the trailer?
I don't think I have.
Hmm. It looks interesting. I think it's another Oscar bait movie personally to an extent. Um and I think it's going to be drawn out by like all the other movies coming out on Thanksgiving. But I think it looks interesting.
Yeah. I definitely was expecting the trailer to be as effective as it was. It's kind of shot like a horror movie, for
Yeah.
some reason. But yeah, it's just kind of a movie I think that could go either way. Yeah, it could be really engaging at some parts. Like there's a scene towards the end of the trailer where Mark Ruffalo's like trying to guess if there's a car bomb under his car or not. Looks suspenseful, but yeah, it just kind of looks like one of these kind of Oscar baity procedural dramas that comes out every once in a while. But
Yeah. But I'll see it.
I'll see it. I'm not too
Hey,
sure about Mark Ruffalo's southern accent though.
Oh
I'm
yeah.
not.
I don't
I'm
know.
not. I'm not sold on that. So
hey, it's not a January movie, as y'all say.
Hey,
yeah.
it's not a January movie.
Boy, them January movies be looking
Fuck you, it's January. I
wild.
wish they would do those videos again. I miss those videos. But anyways, moving on to a movie I'm actually very excited to see. I've kind of been hyping up this movie for a while because the cast is fantastic.
Fantastic cast.
Yep.
Knives Out. You guys already knew where I was going with that. I think from what the trailers I've seen, from what I've heard, I'm super excited to see this movie. I definitely want to see this opening night. I think the cast looks great. I think the trailers have sold me. Yeah, I'm excited to see this movie, and I hope
Yeah.
it's really good.
Like for real though, this movie, cause I literally for the first time I think in my entire life I played Clue a couple months ago, and when I seen this a month later, I'm like, is this a Clue movie? I bet you. Is this called Clue? It's called Knives Out. I was so wrong. I'm talking loud as shit in the theater. Wrong as hell. You ain't never seen some. Look, I be making jokes when I be in the theater. I know I'm not supposed to, but I didn't say shit for the rest of the movie when that happened. But I think this movie is gonna be real good. I can't wait to see what Hannah is gonna do. What her 13 reasons why killing herself is gonna be in this movie.
Mm,
I can't wait to see him stutter. I can't wait to see Bill stutter. He got an iPhone, so maybe his serial stutter or some shit too. But yeah, I'm definitely excited to see that movie.
yeah, I'm very excited for it.
Yeah. Have any of you actually seen Ryan Johnson's other films
Uh,
No.
besides
The
Last
Last
Jedi?
Jedi.
Okay.
Oh, I've seen that.
But yeah, the thing is, I know that Ryan Johnson's kind of like the internet's punching bag right now, and for the last couple of years. But he's legitimately good filmmaker outside of Star Wars.
Hmm.
Like I only seen two of his movies, Brick and Looper, but they're all fantastic
Oh,
kind of
Looper
thrillers.
is a good movie. You're
Yeah,
right.
yeah. And Brick is actually it's one of like Joseph Gordon-Levitt's first movies where he plays this teenage detective trying to investigate the murder of his girlfriend, and it's a really effective, well shot movie. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. Oh
This
yeah,
is
and all the episodes of Breaking Bad they did are really good too.
hmm. But yeah, like I said, this is probably one of my most anticipated movies of the year I've seen so far, just because of the cast, personally.
Yeah.
Um, So yeah, I guess last but not least, another movie that I'm very very excited to see, because I also like the casting, Queen and Slim. I hope this movie gets a good audience. I do think it is another Oscar bait movie, but sometimes I enjoy Oscar bait movies, and I think this could be a really good one. I am excited to see it.
I'm excited to see this too.
I love
Mainly
Daniel
it kind of.
Kaluuya.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, Dan Kaluuya and shit, he's in the trailer. I forgot his name, but he's a good character actor. He's in Overlord, but no, what kind of sold me this movie when I saw the trailer is just kind of how this kind of reminds me of like an old 70s 60s crime film like Bonnie and Clyde or French Connection. It has very like I think it takes place in modern times. So it has a very like retro look about it.
Yeah,
Not
yeah.
like Kari, what are your thoughts?
I'm black, so I'm going to see it. I When I first saw the trailer, I'm like, they are in the diner at 9:30 at night, probably even 2 o'clock in the morning, just having a clean conversation, and boom, your life just gets switched in a moment. It happens in real life. I gotta go see this.
Yep, I'm very excited to see it.
Can I add one more movie on to the list?
I don't have a
Yeah.
picture for it, but go for it.
The Irishman, which
Oh
is
yeah, the three and a half
well,
hour long movie.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah, it comes out later this month on Netflix. I think like the 28th, but it's coming to our art house theater soon. We're gonna try to go see it, but no promises.
Yeah,
But yeah, that's pretty much this. Irishman, Knives Out, and Uncut Gems are my like the movies I'm
oh
like
yeah,
oh
looking forward
yeah,
to the rest
that
of the
definitely
year.
was dope.
But
definitely.
yeah, I mean, it's Scorsese with literally all of his golden boys, so I don't know how it couldn't be good, to be honest. So yeah, enough
Lit.
said.
Well, I guess moving on from we're done with films now, but something I just want to hear from Harrison real quick is
Hmm.
I want to hear how you're enjoying the madness, Harrison. That is the Hunter x Hunter Chimera Ant arc right now.
Um, holy fuck is all I'll say. But
Mr.
yeah.
Harrison sends us a snap. What the fuck is going on? Are you
Dude,
seeing
like
Ant's neck upside down?
I know people that watch our podcast that like anime that could like watch this show, so I don't want to do any
Yeah, yeah,
spoilers,
yeah,
but like if anyone watching this likes anime in any way shape or form, watch this
yeah.
fucking show, please.
Yep. Um, yeah. Just kind of think about like, I guess my thoughts on like the show in general is, I mean, I just love the storytelling in it. I think that's the best part of
It
it, and
has
how much
no
you
it has
really.
there's no shonen tropes. It
Well,
takes
it does have
every
tropes, but
but they turns them
it
on its
finds.
head.
Yeah, yeah. They find a genuinely interesting way to flip it on its head. And yeah, I just love the journey and getting to know these two characters of Gon Kalua.
I mean, this is
And
like my Game of Thrones of anime, this fucking show. So
Get a villain, think he's just terrible, turn him into a pedophile.
but the thing is like the villains in this like they don't seem evil to be evil.
yeah,
Right. They're
They
just
seem
living their life.
evil because that's just where their life's taken them.
yeah.
Like
What
that's just
actually kind of, and also what I love about the Chimera ants too is that you know, like they're eating people, but like it makes you get why they're doing it. They're they're the less part. They're pretty much just animals, and they're following their instincts. So they're just kind of like this kind of natural evil that's occurring. And I think that's
Didn't
really
one of
effective.
that's a spoiler like shit.
Yeah, don't please don't spoil it for me.
yeah, we
I
are
don't
not
want
I'm not going to spoil anything cuz I don't want to.
Yeah. Go
But
watch Hunter x Hunter.
go watch
That's
Hunter x
all.
Hunter. It's for me it's a 9, 10 out of 10, one of the other two. I can't really think the only like thing I could say that's wrong with this anime is that it's not finished. Like the ending is very just like the ending done. Like
Yeah, my
that's
stomach's
it.
gonna hurt while we're standing. I
Yeah,
can
and
already tell.
that's yeah. Like I hope they make, I hope they continue the series in the future. Yeah, that that's all I'm gonna say. But moving on to a show that I just recently finished was
Finally,
Haiku. I binge watched the show in like 4 days. That's how you know if I
Nice.
like an anime. Um,
he put Naruto aside, y'all. He's got a schedule. He put Naruto aside
Dude,
and
Naruto's
smashed through
500 episodes. I'm trying to watch other things right now. I love Naruto, don't get me wrong, but I'm tired of hearing, we're gonna get back Sasuke. I made a promise. I keep my promises. That's my Nindo way. Every episode.
Believe it.
So, believe it. Every episode. And, I love the characters in Naruto. But, anyways. Haiku, speaking of loving characters, I actually really like the show. I gave it a 9 out of 10. I think my only problem with it is a very basic show. What you expect to happen is gonna happen. Like to an extent. Like
Has typical shonen tropes.
yeah, for sure. But the characters are really cool, really fleshed out. I really enjoy it. I definitely recommend if you're an anime watcher to definitely watch the show. It's a very wholesome
Right.
show, very
It's very
feel good show. Like you're gonna watch this and feel happy watching it.
Would you say this is good for sports anime?
Is
Do what
this your
now?
first
Sorry.
sports?
Would you say this is a good first sports
Yes,
anime
this is my
to
first
watch?
sports anime, so yes.
Okay.
It's a good one if somebody's trying to get into anime and they're already a meathead, watch this. It's a
Yeah.
good sports anime
Gotcha.
for you. And then you can go watch some basketball anime or
S-
football anime
Speaking of
or track.
basketball anime, Bakari, tell me about your basketball show that's not Kuroko no Basket.
I'm standing up. I'm looking like a fucking yakuza right now. So
Sora
I
wielding
draw
his
Yuzo
basketball
Sora.
keyblade.
Look, man, this show is basic as hell, but it's fun. It's
Mm-hmm.
fun because you know how a lot of anime they could be it'd be a teenager, and the teenagers are rowdy and shit.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, like growing up, bro, I've been a sailor for a long time. All right,
Right.
these kids in here, they're like literally delinquent. So most of them are delinquent, and they literally cuss every other sentence. But that's just how it is. They got pompadours and everything. But it's because so does the kid, the main character, Sora. He's like probably
Riku.
5'1", 5'2". You're stupid. He's like 5'1", 5'2", but he's never been able to play basketball on the team. But he's good because his mom played for the Japan's national women's team, and she was carrying their team pretty much. So this guy, his mom's in the hospital for whatever reason. I'm not gonna say no spoilers on that because I ended up reading it after watching episode 6 or I think just so good, I almost cried. But anyways, he's like, "Oh, y'all have a basketball team? I want to join." He goes there. It's only badass kids in here, and they beat people up. So he plays them. He says, "If I play y'all in basketball and win, then y'all have to play basketball for real." Well, this man, it's like 1-on-4, 1-on-5. Yeah, he crosses everybody with the quickness, and and like, don't get me wrong, everybody's bigger than him, but half of their team has played basketball or still currently plays basketball. The one of one of the twins, this dude, he played basketball harder than anybody growing up, but he can't fucking shoot.
Hmm.
He would shoot the ball 200 times a day and never make it. And he's like, "Oh, I did as much as I could, and then I got kicked off the team, and blah blah blah." Well, the main character, he shoots 1,000 times a day because he's fucking 5'2". But it's just, I don't know, man. It's good. Like if you, it's pretty much of you turning somebody's heart around slowly. You literally watch the other delinquent kids slowly become better, and their whole group ends up becoming a basketball team that's never been a basketball team before, and they have to go against these high schools that have basketball teams for years. Like it's just really good to me, man. And the family aspect of it is really good, especially with Sora and his mom and their whole situation. It's definitely, I would definitely watch it while it's airing, or watch it after Haikyuu or Eye Shield 21 or fucking all these other sports ones. But yeah, it's pretty good. I definitely enjoy it.
Well, maybe one day I'll give it a chance. I just right now I'm still watching JoJo's. I'll touch on it a little bit. I'm on part 2. I like it better than part 1, but I still don't love it personally. Um, I don't know. I don't think the storytelling in it is that great in it so far. I've heard part 3 gets better though, personally.
Yeah,
Part 3 is where people get hooked on it. That's the like when people become fucking obsessed about it. So
Right.
almost every meme in the world has come from part three.
yeah,
Yeah.
that is true.
Um, but I guess for our last topic, it's also something I wish I could talk about, but alas, I don't have a Switch. Pokemon Sword slash Shield. Have you? Hey, and Kari, what you've played it? How you
I
feeling?
beat.
First impressions?
Hey, whoever said it was trash, give me your address, bro, because I'm finna beat your ass. This game, they
It's like most
nitpick.
Pokemon fans.
Exactly. I'm like, dude, y'all nitpick. Dude, I've been playing this game. This entity is the same age as me. I grew up with this, and I played almost every game. I think I missed maybe 2 generations because, sorry, I wasn't rich. I didn't have my own money to buy a DS. Get off my sack, please, God. But anyways, people were saying, "Look at this. They're using the same models." Did you think they were gonna fucking change them all the way? It's the same Pokemon. It's the same Pokemon. Chill your ass out. You, I
A
get it.
lot of Pokemon
You
games use
don't
the
gotta
same assets too. I
you don't
mean,
got to switch. That's why you're mad. That's crazy. And then they say, "Oh, look at all this stuttering. Oh, this is and that." But come to find out, the guy that was doing all these leaks, this man was using cheats on the game. And when you use cheats on a Switch game, it's gonna mess up the game. It's gonna make you drop frames. It's gonna make you stutter because all the characters that are deep in the background, they don't blink out. They phase out.
hello?
I think Kari's thing died.
Anyways,
Oh, there you go.
gosh. Anyways, they phase out. They turn smaller, just like in any other type of game. Think of GTA 5. You see a character, they just off the freaking map, bruh. This game, yes, the hardware is not as strong as a fucking PlayStation or D, but this game has not skipped on me once. People said there's only 2 animations for no, no, sir. I've seen plenty of different animations. The art even look good. And the characters is cringy doing JoJo poses. I like this game. I enjoy it. This is probably the best $50 I had to spend today. Um, other than that, look, man, if you like Pokemon, get this game. Don't be a sheep. Be a fucking wolf or something. Like, go jump off a cliff. Don't just wait to get pushed off. Jump off that bitch.
Harrison, have you played this game yet?
I have not.
So we can I can't add any input for you. I really want to play it. It's just I don't have the financial standing right now to go buy a Switch. Unfortunately, if anyone watching would like to buy me a Switch, tell me. I'll greatly appreciate it.
Do not make me start a OnlyFans for this man. Do
Mm,
not make me.
oh, I was
Don't
hoping
make
you'd say GoFundMe or something, but you
Nah,
that took a
Demon says
turn.
OnlyFans.
That took a
nah.
turn.
Don't
Why make an
make me do it.
OnlyFans? Why make an OnlyFans when I can be your only man's?
Only man's.
Uh,
Yeah.
I'm still mad that tweet
DJ
did. I'm still mad
worst
that tweet
bruh.
did not go viral. That tweet was
Swear to God.
perfect.
If I stole that tweet and it blew up, I would delete my account, bro.
I, you wouldn't have
I
not.
would
You
delete my
would. It was
account.
just me and Harrison on this podcast. I wouldn't be talking to you ever again. So I was like, this is it. This is gonna be the tweet that goes viral for me, and it got like 3 favorites.
Bruh. My
I was
friend
pretty
literally
pissed.
said, DJ, this is the one.
Yeah, he said
And
this is the one.
he's on the internet all the time, so he be knowing. But this man, DJ got finessed out of
I
his
did.
freaking
I did.
fame
Twitter was not it for me that day.
betrayals.
Hmm. So yeah, is there anything else we'd like to quickly touch on? We've been going for about an hour and 10 minutes, so if it,
I'm about to play Star Wars after this. I'm
we're
about to
about to go watch Star Wars.
Yep.
Oh, y'all are rich
Actually,
people.
I'm about to go to Rue21.com's website because I just saw on Facebook they're doing half price shirts on anime shirts. So I'm about to go look at some cool shirts. Just
Yeah,
saying.
go ahead and link that because I
I,
think I may
I, I, just go to Rue21.com. You'll be. I don't have to link anything.
link that.
Damn.
Link that. Send me the
Fucking
Nah.
link.
link.
Send me the fucking link. The link.
The link.
But yeah, for next week, we'll have reviews on something.
Something.
So
Yeah,
yeah,
I'll
we'll
for
talk about
sure. I'll
something.
for sure have some for the Star Wars game for sure. I'll have some
Facts.
this week.
And I might try to finish Death Stranding and give a complete review. So
Oh, and
You gonna do all the side quests?
I don't know about that, but
one thing I'm gonna ask you guys, and I'm also asking anyone that is listening or watching. I know since I only upload this on YouTube, it's hard for people to watch like while they're driving, so they kind of have to watch it on a browser because it's not like Spotify or something. You can just have it in your car. Um,
Right.
so do more visuals within the episode. So I was thinking we maybe start doing tier list, like maybe one per episode every other while. I was
yeah,
thinking that's something we could do. It could get us into some debates on things.
Yeah.
Personally, I think that would be good for the show. If anyone has any suggestions on how we can increase the quality of the show to make it more entertaining, that'd be very
Right.
grateful.
Kari, do you think you could do a shonen tier list?
I could do one.
Y'all really want me to fuck it? I'll make some people mad. I don't care.
Okay, are we
We've
doing
seen the
okay?
most,
Here's the
so
question: if we do it, is it gonna be anime only? Or are we putting manga in there? I say anime only. Sorry, Bakari.
I say we do anything about it.
I think we can do
Okay,
anything because there's
all
some
right,
there's
fair
some
enough.
manga that haven't had
Fair enough.
an anime. Let's I don't know.
Fair enough. Anyways, I think Bakari's internet shit out again, so I think it's time we wrap this up.
Yep.
Uh,
You're
I think it was a good episode. Again, thank you guys for listening. If you've made it this far, again, like we always say, any constructive criticism or, like I said, any way we can improve on this podcast, we do enjoy doing it. It's just for fun,
right.
but any way we can make it more fun for you guys listening, that'd be great to hear.
Or if you
Uh,
just want to shit on our opinions,
yeah, if
feel
you want to
free to
share
do
our
so.
opinions, go for it. You can say
Please, bro, because we're
Last
not.
Christmas is gonna win Best Picture. You can say whatever you want. I guess I don't know.
And then you'll get stream sniped.
Yeah,
Whatever.
yeah. All
But
right.
yeah, if there's anything y'all have, if y'all have us on Twitter, hit us. Like
Tweet
we're
us
we're friendly
and
people.
link in description to our Twitters, Instagrams. Follow us, please. Give us
Yep.
clout.
Please, because man, I ain't had a tweet blow up. It's awkward.
I've never had a tweet blow up, so please make it happen for me. I'll try to throw one day. But
I,
yeah,
we'll
Harrison's had
see.
like one or two. All right.
I almost got Tesla on mine, but that's a story
You
for another
didn't,
day.
yeah. Elon,
Alright,
give us Teslas. All right. Goodbye.
goodbye.